What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about why I am getting Star Wars Jedi Survivor. This is a series of mine where I talk about an upcoming game or movie and discuss whether I am or am not going to get it. And for Jedi Survivor, it's an obvious yes, right? We've been talking about it a lot on the channel. Everything we see of this game just, I think, honestly, continues to grow the excitement. I'm actually recording this after the Star Wars Celebration, so I did see that last trailer, right? The final trailer, and holy dear God, it looked incredible. The talk of Coruscant, and while it may not be an explorable, like you can go around for like 5-10 hours, you will be going there just in general. This game looks nuts. This game looks awesome. And honestly, we've talked about this before. It really doesn't need to change all that much from Jedi Fallen Order. Now, of course, it needs to improve, and it does need to change some things. But a lot of the more recent things we've seen of Survivor, it's like, okay, now you're going above and beyond. So I have a lot of expectations for this game. I'm expecting a top of the class, right, kind of game. Honestly, I think a lot of people are going into this game with Game of the Year ideas, that this game should be up there with a Resident Evil 4 and all these other games for, okay, this should be one of the better games of the year. And again, a lot of the foundation. Cal is a great character, right? The combat is very, very good. The way the game is, right? Pretty difficult. You have to study the enemies. You have to study their stances. You have to take risks at some point in the game. You have to not take risks or you're going to lose skill points or whatever. There's a lot already built into this game that I think is really good. And then this game is just going to take it that extra notch, right? Companions, at least more than one. We have seen two of them, to this point. New villains, new storyline, a more adult Cal, a Cal that starts even more powerful than he ended Fallen Order. I love that. They've actually put a great deal of emphasis on that, right? That this is not going to be a game where he hits his head, he falls down, gets a concussion early on, and forgets all the Force abilities he had learned. This is a game where Cal is actually more powerful to start than he ended Fallen Order, and then he's going to get even more powerful, right? New stances, 5 now in total. You can equip 2 at a time. New enemies with battle droid. The more quality of life updates that they've done with fast travel and kind of marking the map a little bit more, right? So you see what areas you can go, but they're blocked right now, or you will be able to go, or you have gone. They're doing a lot of things to make even that element of Fallen Order, which, to be honest, I didn't notice too much. I guess I could have used it for sure, but it wasn't like the biggest deal in the world to me. Well, they've added it now to Jedi Survivor, right? Having a planet like Kobo being really bigger than anything we saw in Fallen Order, right? Just a planet that you could probably sink 3, 4, 5, 6 hours into this planet, and that's just one. I don't know how many other planets would be as explorable as it. And I'm also just really interested to see where they take Cal. You can go in a lot of different directions. You can maybe start to eliminate some characters, some of Cal's group. Ultimately, you don't make a sequel, I think, without having some idea of where the trilogy is going to go. They've talked about even a trilogy, right? There's definitely plans to make a third game, so I'd love to see where this game ends off, if there's any threats. Do you almost set it up like an Empire Strikes Back? Like, would this be a more dark, where like there's a lot of loss, and then the next game, like more Return of the Jedi? Like I'm really intrigued in the story. I think the story of the first game was very, very good. A little bit rushed in terms of the ending, just with the holocron, but overall, the characters they introduced, the story they introduced, the flashbacks with Cal, I thought was fantastic. So I have a lot of confidence in this game. If it was really just more of Fallen Order, I think a lot of people would be fine with. I don't know how amazing it would be, but even if it was just more of Fallen Order, I think it would be solid. And yet, this game should be everything that game was and a whole lot more. Even the things that you don't necessarily think of, like the Coruscant thing, kind of just dropping that out there and saying, hey, we're 2 weeks from it coming out. We've shown you more than enough. Now you've seen like droidicas and stuff like that. Well, how about going to Coruscant? Like, how does that sound? Just these small little things. And you have to imagine, Darth Vader, obviously they kept secret, and that was such a huge moment. There's probably going to be 1 or 2 big surprises in Jedi Survivor, right? There's no way they're going to show or talk about, whether it be a planet, whether it be a character or a boss or an ally or, whatever. There's going to be something that's a surprise, right? And then, character moments. I think you can do a lot with Cal's group, and I don't think they all have to survive, and I'll probably be making a video talking about that in a few days. So I'm excited for it. I've already made like 20 plus videos on Jedi Survivor. I'll be making even more as these weeks get going. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure you're subscribed, bell icon turned on. If you want to check out any of my social media, my Twitter, or my other YouTube channels, all the links are in the description below. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all on the next one.